Hi, today we are making bread and milk from scratch. So get excited. Woo! Yeah. So, you may be wondering, Emmalese, why are you making bread and milk when you can just get it from the store? I know that's what you guys are thinking. Basically, I haven't talked about this, but at the start of this year, 2023, I decided to make a bunch of New Year's resolutions, one of which being to read one book a month. This was kind of the book that sparked this New Year's resolution. So it was a book I read last year, and I absolutely loved it. But there was one quote in it, and I'll just find it. It'll probably take me a few seconds. So the quote is, "In the country, food is a continuous preoccupation, not simply a pause to refuel. Country people know the sweat that goes into an ear of corn, a pail of milk, a churn of butter, bread warm from the oven. Food is hard-earned and requires the proper degree of respect." I read that and I felt like I fell into that category of not fully appreciating and understanding the work that goes into our food. I don't think I've ever made milk in my whole entire life. I've never made butter from scratch. I think I've made bread once before, and it was damper, not even bread. I want to fully understand and appreciate the work that goes into making these basic, often underappreciated foods. I've been working on being more grateful for everyday things and things that I might take for granted, and as a result I was very inspired by this quote. So basically this video is going to be about gratitude. We're going to start off with the milk. The recipe looks pretty simple. I don't want to speak too early, but I guess I already have. All that the recipe requires is a cup of soaked almonds. Oh, also, because I don't have dairy, I'm going to be making almond milk instead of regular milk, so yeah, that's what I'm doing today. The next thing you'll need is a pinch of salt. I think that's like a pinch. 5 cups of filtered water. Then just 2 pitted dates. Whoa! I might add like one more, and like, I love dates. So good. Last thing was a teaspoon of vanilla extract. So that was kind of successful. This is the leftover almond pulp, which I'm gonna put in the fridge and do something with later. I don't really know what I'm gonna do with it, but I'm gonna use it somehow. And this is my almond milk. I'm gonna let the almond milk cool in the fridge. Now let's get started on the bread. Let's combine the ingredients. The recipe calls for bread flour. I went to the grocery store, couldn't find it, so I'm just using plain flour in hopes that the yeast will help it rise. So that could be my first error, but I can only do the best I can do. So 3.5 cups of flour. It asks for a packet of dry active yeast. So let's shove it in. Then a teaspoon of salt and 1.5 cups of warm water. And then we're gonna mix all the ingredients all together. Now I'm going to grease this metal bowl and I'm gonna transfer the dough into this one. Way too early for this. It's the next morning. I ended up putting the dough into the fridge to prolong the fermenting process. And now I'm going to see what the dough looks like. We can look at it together. I don't really know if that's good or bad. It looks a little bit like baked oatmeal, a little bit. Not gonna lie, I feel like it looks a little bit questionable, but I'm gonna cook it regardless. Let's go. Currently we already have a fire slightly going. The first step, what I'm gonna do is we have to preheat this oven. So I'm gonna line the bottom of the oven with this baking paper, and then we're gonna put it on some coals and allow the pot to preheat. Okay, so while the camping oven is preheating, I thought we could direct our attention over to this little dough ball. Please disregard my face, I literally just woke up. So the next bit of the instructions is kind of throwing me slightly, and I'll read them to you. After the rise, punch it down a bit and form it into a ball. I don't really fully understand what that means. Punch it down a bit. Okay, so I'm just gonna fold it in, I think. I think that's what it means. 4 little cuts in the top. We're gonna slice this girly up and see how she looks on the inside. So why am I really nervous about this? Okay. Let's go. Okay. Oh, she is tough. Oh my god, I'm gonna have to get my back into this to cut it. Questionable. That's all I'm gonna say. Oh my god. Okay, so what we have learned today is I can't cook bread, obviously. Oh my god. Now let's taste test. And I forgot cutlery. Of course I did. Of course I did. We are going to try the milk first. Cheers. I would say that's pretty good. It's definitely on par with a lot of the almond milks that I buy at the grocery store. The process of making it was very, very simple. And I think I actually will start making almond milk a bit more. I'm very, very interested and intrigued at making like flavored almond milks, because you can add like blueberries in the blender or like cacao and like flavor your milks. So that is very intriguing and I definitely want to try that. But overall, the basic version, it's very vanilla extracty, so I might like tone that a bit down. But overall, I would say this is a solid 9 1/4. That's what I would rate it. Very easy, very cheap, and it tastes as good as store-bought, so yes, it's a yes from me. Now for the bread. Let's try it. And I feel like dipping it in pumpkin soup is the ultimate test. Let's go. I'm scared. I don't even know what to say about that. As you can tell, I'm not as sold The outside is very nice and crunchy. The inside is a bit doughy for my liking. I don't like the flour that I used. It was wholemeal flour, just what I had sitting in the cupboard, and I think there was a reason why you had to use bread flour. But anyways, it's like a bread stick, not a loaf of bread, so whoops. The taste is very bland, and would I be making that again? Look, who knows? I might have another crack at it. It won't be something that I'll be in any time soon trying to perfect my skills at, and I'll just stick to store-bought stuff, I think, for the time being. So overall, I would say, rating this particular loaf of bread, I would say 0.95 out of 10. So, not great. I guess this video served its purpose. I am a lot more grateful for store-bought bread. And the next time that I go buy a loaf of bread, I'm going to be so appreciative that someone slaved away, prepared, cooked, and sliced that bread for me. And I'm very glad that I spent the time today figuring out and learning how much time and effort it takes in making these household necessities. I'm going to continue eating my soup without the bread. And I hope you guys have a lovely Thursday afternoon or night, whenever you're watching this. As always, I love you guys. Stay beautiful. Remember to subscribe, like, and turn on the bell notifications. And I'll see you guys next week.